Blocking subway doors, throwing rocks at police station windows, protesters on strike, and threatening to paralyze parts of the city's financial center. The daily commute has been seriously interrupted, including flight cancellations and subway delays. Many said they received zero notice that transportation was being affected.
It was only when I arrived at the airport did I find out that my flight was cancelled. They never ever notified me ahead of time. There was nothing. The flight didn't even provide any information. So after I came to the airport and just ended up waiting here with everyone, I actually feel pretty depressed.
Let's take a quick look at how the violence has escalated in the past weeks. Rallies started in June and soon turned into violent protests. On July the 1st, the 22nd anniversary of Hong Kong's return to China after nearly a century of British rule, a gang of so-called protesters barged into Hong Kong's Legislative Council and vandalized facilities. More protests in mid-July, while clashing with police in a shopping mall. Rioters attacked officers with umbrellas, iron bars, bricks, unidentified gas and powder. 13 police officers were hospitalized, 5 of them severely injured. One policeman's finger was bitten off. But it didn't stop there. The group angered many last week by vandalizing the Chinese national emblem at the city's liaison office. Also, a few days ago, an elderly man was shot and shouted at for refusing to take a flyer from the protesters. They chased the man, pushed him into the wall, and stuck the flyer onto his back. The city's chief executive warned Monday that the protesters are close to creating a very dangerous situation. She also condemned the violence and the use of separatist slogans.
Recently, what they said, the glorious restoration of Hong Kong and the revolution of our time, are a challenge to one country, two systems and national sovereignty. What they're doing is to overturn Hong Kong, to ruin life for 7 million people.
Hong Kong's tourism numbers are already falling, and hotel occupancy rates are slumping as a result of the protests. And the violent acts are adding more pressure to Hong Kong's already struggling economy.
The GDP growth in the second quarter is 0.6%. It seems similar to the figure of the first quarter. But think about it, if we consider seasonal adjustment, the real growth is actually minus 0.3%. Our economic growth has lost momentum, and technically speaking, if that negative trend continues, the third quarter will face a downturn.
Chief Executive Carrie Lam says the government is closely monitoring the ongoing strike. And the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office of the State Council said such lawless evil deeds must be severely punished in accordance with the law.